Hey guys, I don't have a video that shows my arcade or game collection, so this is going to be it. Here's my humble arcade. Everything here came from Craigslist with the exception of the PC Multicade. I guess we'll start there. So, this beauty here, which I do have another video if you want to see more about this, Rec Room Masters. It's basically an arcade cabinet ready for a PC that's similar to something like IKEA furniture. Okay, so that I did not get from Craigslist. It's not actually an arcade game. But Street Fighter, yeah, that one from Craigslist. The Donkey Kong was listed on Craigslist, although I got it from a friend. Personally, I contacted him and knew about it. He had it on Craigslist, so we'll say a person could have got it from Craigslist. The Galaga I did not get from Craigslist. I bought that from a repair person that also sells games and pins. So yeah, and then if you watch the Speedy one-stop repair video I did, you'll see more about that cabinet. This cabinet here with POW, that was also Craigslist, and originally had an MVS single slot board in there, which I do still have that board. For the Neo Geo games that I have what you see here. So I have Magician Lord, Bust Move, Metal Slug 5, Samurai Showdown 2. I also have World Heroes 2. So that's all the MVS games I have. And this was my first game, was the Miss Pack. And yeah, also on Craigslist. So I wouldn't say that there's always something great on there, but usually someone's trying to sell something. And if you watch it a lot, if you watch Craigslist a lot for things sort of peripherally, if you take my meaning, you'll probably find some cool stuff, and you won't pay too much. The Donkey Kong I paid $1,000 for is pretty much in almost brand new shape, and like I said, I was buying it from a friend who had to sell. It was a sad situation. He had to sell his scooter shop, which he had some games in, so I tried to. It was worth both of our while for that purchase. This one actually, in case you haven't seen before, it's the Namco licensed Nintendo cab, and the only thing is when you're playing Mario Brothers as a vertical game, that's a little bit odd because it is stretched out, but other than that, it's still a lot of fun and controls, basically the same. So yeah, that's the arcade. And then so I have some let me show you my consoles that I got out here. I have PS3, the Retron 4, because it doesn't play NES anymore. PS2. Also, I found the PS2 on Craigslist, guys. I paid $20 for that. The person who sold it to me had only pretty much used it for movies. GameCube. This GameCube, that was my GameCube from long ago. I did not find that on Craigslist. And then Xbox 360, Wii U. And I finally got a PS4 also. So, and then we'll look at. I don't have a million games, but I try to collect pretty well for each system I do have. So I guess I'll just show you kind of a shot of each shelf. Full disclosure, that Battlefront is on borrow from my friend. Thank you, Mike. So that's the arcade, and then I will also show you guys my office, which has more console stuff. So let's check that out too. Alright guys, so we'll continue the rest of the tour of the collection here in the office, where I have my other retro consoles. So here's a CRT flat screen. I actually use this monitor, this television, in my Atari teardown video, so see more about that in that video. And we'll look at, yeah, let's look at the consoles I have here. So got NES, Super NES, Atari 2600, and Sega Genesis, and it's the first model, so that's cool. I do have, I'll mention quickly, I have 2 other Genesis that are not shown here. I also have a PS1 and an N64, which I have, that I came across at a thrift store for $3, and it's missing the power supply, and I don't think I have any controller for it either. So I mean, there's some other consoles that I have, but this is what I'm collecting and playing right now. Also, I have, let's see, oh yeah, there's my other GameCube, which I'll get to why I have, 2 set up. And then also, this is my Sega box, so I keep my Dreamcast here. I like how they stay clean in here, and then I can move this box to another room if I want. So that's cool. And then I keep, I'll show you my games too. Also, there's some other games you won't see, like some DS games I don't have here because my daughter's the one with the DS, so since I don't play them, I have them put away. So you won't see those today, but so this is all my Dreamcast and Saturn games. I have a lot of burned Dreamcast games. I guess I won't really go through what I have burned because I don't know. If you want to see what kind of games you can get burned, then just look on the internet. But I will show you guys my legit games, I guess. So here's my Dreamcast stuff. And what do I have that's cool? I mean, I have like pretty much the regular stuff. I would like to get sort of the Berserk Alpha because that game is really awesome. I have it burned, but I want the actual copy of that game. That's a really good game. Oh, here's some more burned stuff. Cannon Spike, that's an awesome game too. If you ever want to play a game that has it's a good one to have too. Cannon Spike's cool. If you ever want to play a game that has Cammy and Mega Man and Charlie in it, it's pretty cool. And it's just like a, I don't know what you would call it. It's a shooter game. It's like a from the top view. Anyways, Google it. So I haven't actually played this game yet because it doesn't support the VGA hookup, and that's what I like to use. So I haven't played Air Force Delta. So, and let's see, we'll look at Saturn. So you might notice I have a couple gems in my collection right here. This one, Guardian Heroes, I purchased maybe 2 years ago. I think I paid about $100. That has gone up a tad in value from what I can tell. And then Mega Man 8, this game was given to me, which I used to own it when I originally owned a Saturn as a lad. But yeah, that was given to me, so glad I have that. That one's pretty high in value. And then also I picked this up recently. Yeah, ready to roll. Pardon my notification there. Okay, so that's the Sega Dreamcast and Saturn. Let's check out. Okay, so here's, yeah, I just keep the rest of my games here in these drawers. So this is my NES collection. Nothing spectacular. I mean, well, what am I saying? I have great games, but I don't have any real expensive or valuable NES games. But I did try to get the classic stuff that you need. Oh, that's upside down. Black box games. Okay, and then oh yeah, it's kind of neat. This WrestleMania was given to me. It's in a Blockbuster video case, so that's pretty cool. And then Iron Star. So here's my 2600. There's my other 2600. Oh yeah, and check it out, guys. I want to try to get this working sometime. Batman game, but see, I think there's some leakage right there. I know that where you see the liquid crystal in the top left there. That's some leakage, but I don't know if the game will still work or not. I haven't tried to replace the battery yet. So, but yeah, here's my 2600 stuff. I have some pretty good 2600 games. I have all the, I guess you'd say like the arcade classics. I also have Deadly Discs, Tron Deadly Disc. That's in my 2600 right now, so you won't see that. But yeah, I came across some of these kind of in a bulk lot that my friend brought me. That's why I have some multiples. But yeah, so there's 2600, and here's pretty much everything else. So I have some, like, these games are not important back here. Don't worry about those. Don't look it over the hedge. Not important. Okay, so what do I have in here? I have a Game Gear with some cool, let's see, Sonic 2, Double Dragon. That's a weird version of Double Dragon. You have a gun. It's kind of weird. You can get a gun, I mean. It's kind of weird. Echo, sweet. Lion King, Ren and Stimpy. Yeah, my Game Gear, that was also given to me. That works. Screen's pretty light on it though, but that's par for the course. By the way, I did not pay. I don't know why the sticker's on here. I do like Bros Game Shop, but I did not pay $24.99 for Kirby's Dream Land. This is my original. These are some of the only games I have that are actually, aside from my Atari games, that are actually the original games I had as a kid. I played the crap out of this Double Dragon, and the music is so good on the Game Boy too. I like the sound chip on the Game Boy better than the NES, I think. Battletoads also great music. So I have only a few Game Boy Advance games. I think I bought these for my daughter to play mostly, but I got Pokemon. That's the first Pokemon I ever played. I think I got that like a year and a half ago, 2 years ago, and that was the first time I ever played Pokemon, so don't hate me. Here's my SNES collection. Nothing really crazy. I have to say I haven't really got too heavy back into SNES. I never had a huge collection, but I had some good games. But these right here, these three, you gotta have, I think. This game, interesting, was given to me sealed in the box, and I opened it in 2008. And it smelled really nice and fresh. It was cool. I don't regret having opened it. This is just some PS2 stuff that I kind of picked up randomly, so not really important. Nothing important there. What do I got here? Sega Genesis. What's cool here? Well, there's Punisher. That's probably my gem of my Genesis. This is my Punisher. Well, let's get him out. Just like, yeah, it came out really clean after I cleaned it up. Except, no! Hollywood Video, why do you deface games? This is neat. This was given to me, and it was neat because you open it up and it stores the extra they get when you buy this thing, or when people bought it back in the day. They gave you multiple pads to change out over time. So when this was given to me, these pads were dirty, but then I opened it up and there were more fresh ones inside that had never been used. So this is like new old stock Genesis cleaning system. Although I don't think it works very well, to be honest. Oh yeah, there's my Game Boy. I don't really have very many PS1 games to speak of. Joe Montana. This is the not for resale Sonic in here. This box is destroyed. All these games are what they say they are inside. There's actually some other Genesis games too that are not here. My At Games Genesis is in my daughter's room, and she has some games in there, so those are not shown here. Oh yeah, here's a PS1 game, Castlevania Symphony of the Night. Gotta have that game. Everyone needs to have that game. And then here's my PS2. Yeah, Gungrave, guys, play that. Shinobi, gotta play Shinobi for PS2, guys. If you haven't, you're missing out. And that's pretty much everything. I think I will briefly talk about the connections that I use in here. So I use AV for the NES, and then I actually have, so all of these consoles are hooked to the CRT, and then there's a monitor out going from the CRT to this LCD television. So this LCD television is not a smart television, and I think, guys, if you have a lot of different consoles, if you don't already have a sort of in-between generation TV like this, you should probably look for one. Apologize for the glare from my light. Because that television has AV, it has S-Video, which I use for the GameCube, which allows you to take full advantage of games like F-Zero, and the system just looks so much better with S-Video or component rather than the AV. So I do S-Video for that. And then for the Dreamcast, like I said, I use VGA, and I also use S-Video for the Sega Saturn. So yeah, it would be a good idea, guys, to find a TV like that, because like I said, sort of a mid-generation TV, because you'll find that they have a lot of inputs. This one has AV, component, HDMI, S-Video, coaxial. I think that's it. I don't think it yeah, I think that's it. Anyhow, so yeah, that's the one other thing I'll say that I think is worth mentioning about, I guess, my game collection, is that I'm not crazy about modding the systems, but at least get them in the best resolution that they were available in at the time. So there you go, guys. Now, if anyone was wondering, you've seen all the games, and like I said, maybe I'll do a video of my toys at some other time, but for now, at least you've seen that part of my collection. Oh yeah, and oh look, I didn't show you Nyko Perfect Shot. If you have a Wii, you need to have this, and you need to get the House of the Dead games, and you need to get Ghost Squad by Sega, and then you will feel so cool when you're playing. The only thing is, there's a little, I don't know what you would call it, I guess a bracket that broke off of here that's supposed to hold the Wiimote on there, so you could just put a rubber band or something across it though, and it'll still work. Yeah, Nyko Perfect Shot. Get that for your Wii. But yeah, so there you go, guys. There's my collection. Thank you for watching. Like or subscribe or something, and I'll catch you later.